Welcome to our house. You're just driving up the road and you come to our place. And in the front, we have the chicken wire lady on a bike that we made quite a few years ago. And the lamp that lights up at night. It casts really nice shadows. Now, during our big hot spell, we never watered this. It's pretty easy to look after. We got fall. We got a kind of cloudy day today. Thought I'd get out here before it rained. You see our 2 cement things. We made cages out of chicken wire, filled them with big boulders from the yard we didn't know what to do with, and made rocks, cemented over it. None of this got watered during the heat spell. It's so easy to look after, no weeding. Only the geraniums and zinnias got water. The geraniums I've kept for about 5 or 6 years. I've lost track. But they're just a waterfall. There's 4 there. But the flowers I had to trim off. They were right on the ground. But I keep them every year just in the pots. Trim them down to about a couple inches. Oh, hi!
Would you let me know?
Say hello to everybody.
Hello. Where would you want this thing to stand?
Oh. In behind that tree.
The bush.
The apple tree, probably.
Behind the apple tree.
Yeah, but and in front of that red bush. If you walk in there, I'll tell you the perfect spot.
How about
Right about there. Yeah. I'll show you what that's for later. Okay. You never know what you're going to run into. This is a horse that we picked up at a garage sale in Vernon years ago. I think it's an antique. It's very old. So, mostly garage sale finds. The lady I made. And I don't know if you remember, I got to get out here and put some paint on the tulips, but this is solar lit, and the little arbor there, it was something someone was throwing away at a garage sale, and Jack cut it up. It was a railing down a stairway. He joined it all together to make an arbor, and then I painted it. So, onward. My big elf is busy. He's 6 men rolled into one. Electrician, plumber, you name it. So these are our 2 apple trees that we're enjoying. Apples, they're delicious. And this walkway will be gone next spring, if not before. We've ordered the same matting we put down in the backyard. I'll show you. And because these stairways don't line up, they're all higgledy-piggledy. They're also getting rotten, and taking a wheelbarrow or anything heavy to the back is a nightmare. So we're fixing that. We're planning our old age so he can run a little tractor up there hauling the heavy stuff. And this light, we just got at a garage sale. It was laying on the ground. It was $10. He got a box of stuff, and then he said, how about 20 for everything? So I'm going to say 10. It is beautiful. He rewired it, though. And I was going to paint it, but I just like it how it is, really. And it kind of lights up this area that we could never light up before. We get bears out here and things. I think the light would scare them away. So, yeah. And then he drilled some holes in a cement pad And then we had that cement tree liner that we used, and it made quite a, it's going to be beautiful in the winter. So here we go to the backyard. So that is a project that is definitely going to happen, so that it's easier to get things back here like soil and rocks and who knows what. So now, beautiful little hideaway down here. Okay. Okay. And this little chair was 2 old plastic chairs I just put in the ground and took the arm on each side off. They were half broken anyway. And then put them over a pile of dirt and put rocks there. Been there for years. And the peach tree. I guess I'll show you this before I show you the greenhouse. It was a green thumb gone terrible. The agave is now laying in the garden. It was a horrible job. And so in the greenhouse I cut all the stems off it. And then I thought I'd carry it over here. No way, it had hurt me so many times I was done with it. I'm sorry everybody that loves agave, but it took up too much room. And I decided it was a nightmare. So I rolled it over here on its side. Jack managed to get it out of a pot. So there it sits. It needs to be, it was so stinky. I still have some tomatoes growing here. Then one year I decided I wanted to make a castle. Oh boy, that was a job I wondered why I ever started, because I hauled all this rock off the mountain. Then I made this wooden thing all by myself. It was a stupid thing. I'm just still standing. It's crazy. Okay. So that's the same walkway stuff we're putting up the other side of the house, because it's got little grids. It's mud stuff they use in barns, and you can't slip on it, and it can take the weight of tractors or anything, and it's going to be easier to maintain. So we have to rake back all the gravel, and then you rake they all lock into each other, and then you fill the holes with gravel. So okay, now the greenhouse no longer has an agave in the corner. It has 2 moringa trees, which are a lot less dangerous, and the lemon tree in the back and the orange tree. They're both doing really good. No blossoms yet, but anyway, at least it came back alive. So we'll just go to the back. I think it's going to rain. It's trying to do little drops. Okay, and this is the walkway to the park. And I don't think there's anybody out there today. No. And there's our guitar player we made out of chicken wire. We call him Jimmy. Jimi Hendrix? No. I kind of made it to look like Jack. Oh dear. So, and painted this mural. You know, when you have your backyard and a park, you hate to have it all look awful. So, and there's another light, much smaller than the other one, that Jack put solar lights on. Someone had threw that one out too. It was at the church's thrift store. Woo! So now we are going to go around the other side. I got garlic planted. I haven't watered it yet though. Then what I'm going to do is I got it in the ground, then I'm going to get a bag of organic manure and just put all over the top. and it's good for the winter then. Cleaned up in here the other day. What a job that was. So this is where all the bark is and the cover for the greenhouse, and yeah, you're getting a real tour. Okay. And of course I painted all the little elves. I do have that little childish side of me. I love them. We're getting ready for the windows to go in, so there'll be two, this one and one on the other side. So we had to take a little tree out of there because it was in the way, but it should be nice. And then around here, I put some fall lettuce in, and there's a little bit trying to come. Not much. And some basil left. And the spinach and the Swiss chard. This is the Swiss chard, and this is the spinach. This will keep going till frost easily. So, and here is the Cymbidium. It will go in the greenhouse, but it can stay out here quite a while before it gets warm and starts to spike. But the thing that amazes me most of all is the amaryllis. These bulbs, they've been out here in the heat and the smoke the whole time. Normally these leaves are gone, and they're not. But normally, most years, the leaves are gone. They've stood up all through what we've been through. And not only that, the bulbs have grown like crazy. So they say that carbon dioxide and smoke really gets plants going. Now this is tiger nuts, and I'm going to harvest them. They can be eaten like most nuts. You have to wait till the grass is all dry, and then I'll harvest them, and then I'll either dry them for flour or we'll eat them. So I won't go up on this is a cool patio, but it was too hot for even the cool patio this year. So we didn't know we were going to get a sneak view of Jack, did we? Okay. Okay, we're going in too. Oh boy, you're getting a real tour today. He was getting ready. This has always been outside, and it needs a paint job. The birds land on it, and it's tall, so it sits out where he was putting this rebar in the ground, and the pipe goes over it. So that's a job waiting for me to paint. This is a job waiting for me to paint. And my jobs are kind of lining up, but it's getting that time of the year. Now, the dendrobiums, they seem to, I think they seem to all have their last top leaf. So I'll be drying them out. They got a good water. It was watering day to day, but they're all got their top leaf, and so that's ready to happen. So let's go in. Might be dark for a minute. Just changing the lights. I should turn this light on for you. Hold on a sec. Or it's getting dark outside and in here. Okay. So I've been busy getting ready for the windows whenever we hear. So all that'll come out, and then they go in that same hole. And same over here. I'll have so much more space and a nice spot for the orchids. Hey, and I cannot go without showing you Alphinia. She has one flower right now. The other one fell off. But she has another one coming. It's amazing. So they just got watered today too. Sorry. And in the corner, of course, this will all be open with the window. I have my arrangement. So we're happy with that. And what do you see? We just took the top off of the holder that holds the plate. Just enough to, the foam is just at the top now. It's not too high, It's just perfect, and this is its natural, and it's not spitting. There's no wet counter, but it is giving humidity. And this orchid, it is amazing. It has been in bloom since I got it. I repotted it, did not lose one flower. There was buds, I never lost buds, but they've all been open. But I have been watering it 2 to 3 days a week. 1 is new bark and dries quickly. 2, it's in a small pot with large air holes. And I thought I would try it for the leaves because I tried the cage tent thing. Would have worked, but it was kind of, This, they've started to go a bit, but they're still pretty good. They're still feeling firm. So maybe, yes, a little it did take, but maybe not getting as much shock because it got enough water to keep those blossoms going too. And I have probably half the orchids right now in spike. And if you know I did this, and if I did it again, or if anybody's thinking of doing it, I would have left the fern in a little terracotta pot or something kind of nice and put it in the bark around it because I just put the soil in there. It's working, but I think it would have been a more long-term thing and it would have been fine. And it's over the one hole, and so everything is way happier in here now. The roots, of course, it was just watering day, but they're good. So that one's doing good. And this one, it has new little ones coming. It's looking good. Roots are good. And of course, this is the Phalaenopsis on the little log from my oldest orchid. So the worst one, and one that was the worst, is Horella reticula. And I see some good signs of growth in the back there. And the slipper orchid's actually doing better. I'm liking this. I would do it again. I would do it again so far. You know, you try the terrarium and you don't like, but look what I ended up discovering. And I think I'm going to be real lucky with it. So, watering day today. At least half of them have early spikes. We're going to have orchids for Christmas this year. So, I'm not going to go into any detail. I still got this up. Even outside, we have a ton of fruit flies. And they come in with us every time we go in and out. So this year I'm keeping the traffic cones up, and I'm going to let their flowers hang over naturally like they would in the woods. I don't have these fountains on because the humidity is good. The humidity is about 54 or 5, so the humidity is good. And in here, I have put, maybe I have to put this side on too, if I can. Oops, sorry. There we go. So I've kept all the traffic cones in different shaped ones here together, and I'm going to let their flowers hang down. Just something different to try. And I'm moving everything away from the back so that when they say the windows are here, they'll be doing them. So exactly like this window, but smaller. Hi, Maggie. Hi. Okay, I know, you're a baby. You're a good girl. Come on, we're done. Okay, so let's see. We can get this right. So thanks for joining me, everybody. Where's that little Maggie? She's so happy. She was down visiting Grandma, and now she's happy to be here. And thanks for joining me. Thought I'd give you the fall tour because you never know, things will be brought in the greenhouse and it just won't be the same. And I appreciate you all commenting, and I get to visit that way anyway. Thanks again, Maggie. Thanks you too. Bye now.